everyone. We have a couple minutes before we start. Getting everybody logged in here. Hope everyone can join today. I know Saturday's a little rough to kind of catch the live show because we all have lives, But today is our last day to get involved with this. Of course, I will be recording it as I have all week. And you'll be able to log in and watch it on Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube, and kind of refer back to these as much as you want as well. We kind of work, the whole family was kind of hit hard with the flu this last weekend, and Carly and I had been sick a few weeks ago, and it kind of made its rounds again, so we were all just couch ridden the whole weekend. We just vegged out and took it easy all weekend, and yeah, we're feeling much better. Thank you so much. I sound a lot better than I did. I slept a lot. But we're gonna go ahead and get started with our last day of the devotional series, and I'll be doing another one in April, and it's about like being disconcerted about and unsure of yourself, and unsure of kind of how God's word should work in your life type of deal. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the next devotional is going to be about. So today, for our 7th day, we are going to talk about creating with all your might. That's what we're talking about. Ecclesiastes 9:10-11 says, "Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might. For there is no work or thought or knowledge or wisdom in Sheol to which you are going. Don't wait for tomorrow to use your creative talents." Procrastination, if you looked in the dictionary, it'd have a picture of me. I am guilty of this. Procrastination doesn't give God glory. Acting now and using your gifts to their fullest does. Once you are gone from this earth, you can no longer do God's work. So use today to create for God's glory. Use today to make the most of your talents in serving the Lord, and create with all of your might. Now, I am first to admit I am fully guilty of being a procrastinator, and I work so hard to pull away from that habit. And I think that's one of my biggest downfalls is I procrastinate, and I thrive off of it, but it's not good. It's not good that I procrastinate and I put things off. I do find a lot of times too that not as much now because I've kind of figured things out, but I found for me personally that I kind of get depressed when I don't have something creative to do. So I knew if I got down, if I waited to the last minute, I would get a bigger jolt of excitement doing it the last minute. And I did it selfishly. I did it on purpose so I'd feel better about it. So that's kind of something that I've had to break away from and really realize that I need to do stuff for now and today so that it serves its purpose to the full extent that it should, to serve the Lord and to help others in seeing God's work. So that's today's. Now what I'm going to do is, I think today we're going to do a clock. Let's do a clock. If you don't want to draw, you can find a stamp. You could find an image online and print out a clock, put it behind your page in the Bible, and you could sketch it and trace it. The nice benefit of having the thin pages in the Bible is you could see through it and use it as tracing paper. So if you don't feel confident drawing a clock, actually, you know what? After the show, if you want to, I will go ahead and draw up a clock and put it into, and actually, you know what? It's going to be a free, I'll give you guys, let's see. Yep, I'm going to have a download on my page that you guys can print out. So just keep that, keep an eye out for that a little bit later. So again, our verses were 9, 10, and 11. So I'm just going to go and highlight that. Actually, it's going to be, yeah, 10 and 11. I'm just going to keep it to 10. It should just be 10. I don't know why I put 11, but it should just be 10. So I just went ahead and highlighted that. I'm going to do a clock. Let's go ahead and grab. I'm going to grab my stamps real quick. Where did it? Oh, they're right in front of me. Haha. Sorry, guys. Let's go ahead and do this first. So we're going to just draw. Helps if I had a circle handy. Okay. We'll do a little pocket watch. So who else is guilty of procrastinating? I know I am. And I get down on myself for doing it, but then I continue to procrastinate all the time. So getting down on myself appears to not happen or help, but realizing when I read back through the devotional again that, you know, it's really not something I should be doing. Okay. So it says create with all your might. I'm going to do with all your might. And I'm going to put a little parentheses in here. Procrastination. Because that is kind of what this is highlighted for me, is procrastinating. So we're just going to add that in there. And I'm going to kind of, so here's our little, you don't have numbers down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the numbers along so they're falling down. Actually, let's do this. So we're going to put 1 there and 2 there, 3 there, you get the idea. And 12. And I'll kind of clean those up when I get in with the pen. So create with all of your might. And let's go ahead and grab a pen. It's our last one. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm going to kind of go over the last thought that I wrote in the devotional to kind of just wrap everything up. God gives us a seed of creativity before we were born and waits for us to take it and plant it. He hopes for us to nurture it along until it becomes a glorious tree, a tree that can turn and bear fruit for many to eat. Our talents are like the fruit on a tree, feeding others the glory of God. Don't let the poisons of others ruin your offerings. Now, I know personally I let that happen all too well. We let others influences and opinions affect how we create, how we disciple others. We even just how we follow God's word and live by his, live by his word as well. And I think was a huge struggle for me this past year or so. And I really needed to kind of refocus on what was important. Now I'm getting really sketchy with this one. I'll make the clock that I have for the free printout a lot neater, you guys. Okay. Also, fight to keep your talents alive. Support them and nurture them. Pray over them. That's the biggest thing, is just pray that God will continue doing his works through you. And know that only God can reward you for your bountiful harvest. How do you nurture your God-given talents? What will you do to use your gifts in your everyday life, at work, at home, in your community? Don't just kind of the saying, preach to the choir. You have to expand your gifts past people of like-mindedness. And that is another thing that I struggle with, is remember that, we are able to disciple to so many people with the internet now. And if we just share our, work and our ideas with people that we already know have the same ideas, what does that help? So we really need to expand where we share our work and our feelings. And, it's going to be scary. You're going to be mocked by some, ridiculed by others, but you'd also be surprised on how many other people would support and understand what you're saying and what you're trying to convey. And you might actually open somebody's eyes that hadn't even thought about it. And that's the biggest thing, is we want to reach those people that, they weren't sure how they felt before they saw your post, but something lit up inside them because of it. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to keep your talents to yourself. Okay, let's get in here. And then we'll do our wording, and then I'll add a little color. Okay. Change that up a little bit. And I'm gonna oh my gosh, I almost spelled that wrong. I spoke about this earlier in the week too. When you do journaling, make sure that you spell it right. Procrastination. Good thing I caught that. I would have looked like a total goofus. Okay, so I'm going to kind of just erase my lines. Oh man, I dented my paper. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to grab the markers. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color. I don't need a whole lot in here. And I'm just going to kind of add a little bit here and there. Okay. A little bit more in this inside piece. Okay. And then let's take some gray. I don't want it too dark, so let me check it. That's too dark. And then we're going to kind of just add a little dimension to some of our words. Let me erase the pencil in our numbers. And we'll add color down there too. And I'm going to go ahead and use like a brown or copper color. And then I'm going to add a little bit of shading to these as well. Okay. And again, this will be recorded on my YouTube channel, and you can find that Jamie Dougherty or Jalen Scraps. Okay. And there you go. Another quick and easy one. You don't want to, I mean, not all of us have a ton of time to journal, and we want to spend more time reading the word than we do drawing. And so I wanted to create a couple prompts in this devotional that kind of got you creating, but not spending, you know, a lot of time doing it. Spending more time in the word is what's important, and it's kind of what I wanted to focus on as well. Okay, there you go. Thank you everybody for joining me in this week's devotional series. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love seeing all of your pieces being shared with the group and on your pages as well. Thank you, Instagram. If you do these, kind of tag Creating in Faith, and I'll get I'll see the tag and I'll share as well. So thank you, everybody. Until April, have fun. Have blessed Easter. I'll have more going on this month on my Facebook page, so keep an eye out on that as well. And today is the last day to enter the giveaway as well. So put your last comments in, and I'll choose a winner tonight. Thank you. I head to Australia at the end of this month to teach some mixed media workshops. So thank you for that. And I will see you all next time. Bye.